Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Mixed Media Mayhem, and it coincides with day 15 of Scraptember, and the Scraptember prompt is mixed media, so perfect for me to do the Mixed Media Mayhem recipe. And that recipe calls for a stencil, Nuvo Drops, and stamping. So I've got my stencil out. It's one of my favorites from Scrap-A-Sketch, and I have a few photos. I think I may have scrapped this one before, maybe not, but whatever. James got messages from Ava's chemistry teacher about her achieving a 100 average for the semester, for the final grade, there were a whole slew of messages about each segment that had been evaluated. And she's made similar grades in other subjects, but this is the only one I had a screen print of, so that's what's there. And because of the grades that she was making, James took her out on a shopping trip, and she bought some new shoes, some Air Jordans, and any of you who know about Air Jordans know that they were not cheap. And her dad had underestimated how much they might cost, so she kind of considered that to be a limit, and she said, no, I'm not gonna, and when they were much more than that, she said, no, I'm not gonna let you pay for that, I'm gonna pay for them myself. So great grades, very responsible kid, and as you can see, just, gorgeous, but I'm not biased or anything. So I'm going to put a little foam behind this, and I have a lot of black and white and red things. I did a different page for a different purpose, and it's not going to go anywhere near the same album as this one, so I'm okay with that, with kind of repeating that color scheme. And I love the filter that I used to filter the photos that time of Reese. And I used the same filter to filter these photos. And I just love what it did to James's face here. This looks like him. This is just crazy talk. But I love how that group of photos look. So let's make a background to be worthy of this photo. So I'm gonna kind of place it right there. I'm going to use Fired Brick and Lumberjack Plaid, and I'm gonna let the Lumberjack Plaid kind of bleed up, like lead up to whoops. I should be using the other applicator because this one tends to lift up those. I just need to keep the brush going in the same direction. I'm gonna stop the Lumberjack Plaid and go now with the Fired Brick. And I'm gonna let it blend in to the orange that was already on the stencil, and kind of let it pick that up. And I'm okay with this being fairly subdued in tone because I'm going to be adding the Nuvo Drops to it. Okay, it doesn't look all that subdued when you take the stencil away and it's right there on the white. So I'm going to put that aside. I may need to bring it back for the Nuvo Drops. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the Nuvo Drops yet. I'm toying with the idea of maybe having the stencil there and rubbing on some on one side with my finger or with a paintbrush. But I don't know that I'm going to do that. So let's do, let me see where the photo's going to probably go. Kind of like so. And I have a very large floral cluster to kind of go here, maybe like so, or maybe like that. I think I'll run it like that. And then I have another one to go right here. And that kind of balances the rays there. I have a butterfly, a blue butterfly, because there's really no blue anywhere else, and I kind of wanted an accent. And I have this yellow strip that has the alphabet on it, and it's yellow, also a different color that's not anywhere else on there. So given the planned placement here, I'm going to do some stamping up in this corner and down here and maybe down here. And it's just going to be very subtle, I think. When have I been known to do subtle? Let's get the fired brick back out. And I'm going to, because this is a school achievement that we're celebrating, I'm just gonna brush it onto the stamp and kind of loosely press the stamp down so that it really barely shows. And I accidentally did this the other day, and I wasn't, I was just thrilled with how it came out. So, and I'm going to do this one this way so the numbers are all kind of sideways. I love that. It's kind of, I think my friend, I have an artist friend who might call this shadow stamping. And I've got that upside down, so I've got things going all different ways. And now I'm going to put that back, and now I have one that has letters, the alphabet. So I'm going to do the same thing and kind of do a little bit there and a little bit there and another bit right there next to the numbers. Okay, and upside down again, which is appropriate. I may do something right here where I'll put them right side up. Kind of off the corner. There we go. Okay. And now I'm going to actually stamp. Well, maybe I won't do that now. I'll wait till I get the pieces on there. This set of stamps is Dilutions by Diane Reevely. And the stamp I'm getting ready to use now is from this Tim Holtz collection. It's a Mixed Media Stamps and Stencils. I'm not using the stencils, but I am going to use a stamp that says Shine Like the Stars. But I want to get the page on there. And I guess I need this right here first. Let me get a bead of glue on there. This is the branding strip from that amazing paper line called Super Awesome, and it's by Asuka Studio. And it came in a Mind the Scrap kit. And I looked at it, and at first I thought, okay, now what am I going to do with that? But, you know, when you're scrapping teenagers on the regular, it works for all kinds of awesomeness. So let me do that. Okay. And now I've got this. I think that's gonna work. I might have the foam on the wrong side, but I don't want this to cover her face. So I'm gonna maybe turn it a bit. There we go. And then I love these flowers. I hope I have another page of these. I'm gonna do this because it doesn't matter if it covers some of these words. I like that it's touching the stamping. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to use one of these clips over on this side, and I think I need some foam behind it to do what I want to do. Do that there or here? I'm gonna do it here. And then this kind of makes it something of a triangle, kind of makes it something of a legitimate cluster. Now, I want to stamp this that says Shine Like the Stars, either there or there. I'm maybe gonna choose down here. And I'm gonna go with the lumberjack plaid to make it just a little brighter red. Okay. Let me get it right side up. That would be nice. Okay, that worked. It stamped almost perfect. And I'm going to put this here so that I remember where it goes. Okay, now I could do dot, 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 dot. And, or I could do it with my fingers. Do we want to try the fingers or the paintbrush technique? I need a fairly stiff brush. This one is fairly stiff. So let's try this. I'm going to need the stencil for that. And what did I do with the stencil? The stencil is here. And to put it like this, and I'm going to use the Nuvo Drops as paint, which is what it is. It's dimensional paint, thick, heavy body. So I'm just gonna kind of take it on my paintbrush and kind of go like this, and then I'm gonna wipe it all off, or I'm gonna take, better still, I'll take another paintbrush and kind of blend it and get some of it out. I'm not sure that I'm gonna like that, but I can always kind of, do something else with it. I think I'm going to have to run it all the way down to the photo. Let me get that. Kind of carefully there. And I might have preferred it with my finger. In any case, I think I'm going to blend it with my finger rather than a paintbrush. So now I can do that right there, and I think it's okay. I hate that, but we'll see if I can salvage it. I'm gonna kind of go like this. This is probably more what I had in mind, more of a dry brush look, and then kind of finger blended. That, I like that look a lot better. So let's see what we can do, and then I can go back and maybe kind of work on that first one. And this would all have been a lot better to do before I put the photo down. In fact, it's just, I'm gonna lift it up. Let's, why didn't I think of that in the first place? Okay, let's go down here. I wish I had my mint tape. Okay. Let me kind of I'll make this one like a little wider, kind of blending that in. The texture of the cardstock is kind of showing through when I do the dry brush technique. I should have tested this technique, but I kind of just came up with the idea while we were filming. Okay, and now let's do some more on this one. And then before that dries up, I'm going to go ahead and do some more. Do it on this one. Let's see. I'm going to kind of do them all so that they end with that look. And I'll make it kind of intentionally messy so that this one just looks like it was messier than the others. Okay. Oh, no. I got my paper in it. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that in all around. I have enough left on my mat there that I am able to do this. So why not? Let me push this over now, and I'm just going to do the side of the brush against the edge of the paper, and every once in a while I'll let it come down. I have to be careful how I hold that. Okay. And that's not going to show in any of the photographs, but you and I, because there's just no way I can photograph it that precisely. But you and I will know that it's there, and we'll know why it's there because I moved it into the glop of paint that was on my desk. Okay, so problem somewhat fixed. I'm just gonna do some brush strokes. Oh, no. Not acceptable, but it's kind of in keeping with this one being messier than the rest. Okay, so they all look different, and that's gonna be okay. Now, get rid of the mat and the paintbrush, and I'll wash that up later, and the stencil. And do I need to get anything off my fingers now? I think I used all my baby wipes. I think I did empty my baby wipes, so I'll just wipe my fingers on my shorts. Okay, now let's put this back on, and to make it stick, since I've pulled up the tape, I'm going to add a little wet glue, and this time it's going to stay down. I hope that, I think it kind of looks okay. It kind of fits in with the theme, sort of. Let's do that. And how and where does that go? The wet glue will help me kind of move it around. I think that's good. Oops, I've got some on my, well, I can clean that off. I've got it on my brand new silicone mat. Okay, I'm thinking that that's all I want to do on this one. I think this is going to be a less is more situation, especially with the messiness that's there. I'm gonna call it quits, and I can't tell you how much I love that shadow stamping. And all I did was use this and to brush the color onto the stamp, and there was hardly enough for it to, you know, make a solid impression. But I think it looks cool, and I need to stop touching the edges because they're still wet. Thank you for watching, and let's see if I can go. I have the this word stamp is Tim Holtz. Oh. I have this rub-on, and I think I have, yes, I have this rub-on. This rub-on goes down here to kind of underline that. I almost forgot the title. The title is this. And I thought I would put it over some of the stamping. And let's see if this, I don't know if this stamping will show through the rub-on or not, but we shall see. It overlaps the stamping right here too. Let's see if we can get this up. Make sure all those little black dots get down there. Okay, there. And then let's do amazing. I'm going to turn it this way. Okay. See, there's a little bit of stamping right there. If I had thought about it, I'd have made that stamping, I'd have rubbed a little bit more color so that stamping would for sure show through. Let's see. I'm hoping that is lined up parallel with the edge of the paper. it looks like it might be. So let's go for it. Oh, you know what? The stamping does show through. I love it. I'm so excited. That's an idea I had, and then I almost forgot it. Go figure. I'm a little flustered by this whole mess. And in actuality, it's gonna look fine. If I were to see someone else's page that had that, I would assume it was intentional. So let's pretend that I intended to do that all along, and only the special few who watch the video will know. And let's call it a happy accident instead of a mess up. A? For my Canadian friends, A? It's a happy accident, right? I love these big word rub-ons, and I love the black ones that are see-through like this. There are some big words in the Sunburst collection, which I just got in the house, got my grubby hands on yesterday. But they are filled in with color. So I'm okay with that. I might tend to want to fill in this corner, but I don't think I have any more of those black and white flowers. Oh, yes, I do. But that may be too much. Yeah, not necessary. Let's see if there's anything else I have in my bag of tricks here that might work. Some greenery, like that would be ridiculous. How about, I still have some more of these little things. No, not at all. Not at all. It introduces another color, and that's not needed. Not what we need to do. It's a little bit kind of shifted over, but we do, oh, I know what I could do is some more stamping. I could make some stamping kind of come out there. Okay, let's do that. Let me pull, did I put those Tim Holtz stamps away? I did not. Okay, let's do this. And we'll get the fired brick. What did you do, Reese? Reese is down for a visit. She's been upstairs napping. I saw her napping when I left to go to the pool, and when I got back, she was still napping. Okay, there we go. And now I will do one with the letters. And I'll do that kind of like so, okay? I think that did the trick, but it makes me think that I want something up here too. So let's do the bottom part of the letters, kind of like so. And then I'm going to do the whole thing, and then I'm going to turn it upside down. Okay, and then maybe secondary, that is shadow stamping right there. And another secondary stamping right there and right there. Okay, I'm done. I've essentially stamped a border, but I've got a gap in the border here, so I'm going to do it even across there, and that works, and a little bit right there. Okay, I'm done, and I'm happy with it. I tell you what I'm going to do, though. I said I'm happy with it, and still yet I'm going to do something else. I'm going to put the stencil there, and I'm going to use some ink to go over the paint there and see if it kind of somewhat disguises or blends in, I guess is really what I'm looking for it to do. That kind of helped. Just if it didn't to you, don't say anything. Don't tell me. Okay. I'm done. There's a little bit of smursh there, and I don't care. If I don't care, why am I pointing it out to you? Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.